Hello everybody, this is Manues and welcome to another Eternal Contenders video. It's time to update the next deck with the new cards from the Dusk Road, and today I'm gonna bring you the V2 of the Tavrod Reanimator that I released a while ago. That was handed to me to my old buddy Hayo Hö, aka Dr. Hö. And the new set provided some sweet new toys for the deck to make it even more consistent and streamlined in what it wants to do. So perfect time to go take a look at it and see what changed. Let's dive right in now. Alright, so here's the deck list. A bunch of things changed. First of all, we got 8 crests for the deck, which is amazing. The deck doesn't have a whole lot to do on turn 1 and turn 2. So perfect time to just play crests, and Scout is super nice for the deck to increase consistency, find everything you need, find the answers you need, or just the puzzle pieces for your reanimation stuff, for example. You can even like Scout, for example, and if you find, say, a privilege of rank on top, you can Sporefolk it to draw a card and all that stuff. There's a bunch of like nice small synergies you can have. You can even, I don't know, if you definitely want to get a unit in the void or Grasping at Shadows on 5, you can Scout, and if you find like a Vara or an Animist or something on top, just leave it on top and Sporefolk it away right away, and so on and so forth. There's just a lot of subtle nuances that the crests provide in this deck past the obvious consistency increase from regularly scouting. So use them carefully and smart, and they can do a whole lot for you. The next big change is we got for Nocturnal Observer. This card's pretty great. While I'm not the biggest fan of Nightfall in most decks, kind of similar here, but at least we get a really good body being able to loot twice and having an okay blocker against aggro with 3 health. Makes for a pretty nice package. It allows us to cycle Privilege of Rank for free and draw a card. So Privilege of Rank and Nocturnal Observer are best friends, saving us 3 power on the Privilege of Rank and giving us a free card on top, giving us more ways to abuse Privilege of Rank than before. Then it allows us to discard situational cards like Hammer, for example, or Gift, or generally our top end, either because it's too slow against aggressive decks, or to get it in the void for Vara or Grasping at Shadows, for example. Just makes the deck more consistent and lets you have some card selection, as well as being more likely to Grasping at Shadow on 5 with a reanimation unit, and so on. So yeah, this is a great addition. I used to run Valkyrie Enforcer before, which was nice for like the answer utility and like a decent body. This doesn't help with flyers as much as Enforcer, and is sort of worse at blocking in the sense that Nightfall benefits the aggro player a bit more than it does us, and we have the choice between cycling through a card or blocking, basically. So the aggro matchup might have been weakened slightly by this, but on the other hand, having more reliable Grasping at Shadows on 5 for, say, an Animist or a Harbinger or a Vara plus another unit is also really, really powerful against aggro. So Observer is just too sweet of a fit not to play. It is possible though, however, that, for example, say the 2 Harbingers and the Gift could or should be something early game like a Slay, or even the mentioned Enforcer still, or something like that really. Losing the Enforcers also removes a bit of strain from the power base, because we have less double justice that we really need to support early, so that's nice. And the other minor change that I made is I cut the second gift again for another Animist for multiple reasons. Gift became a lot worse with some of the matchups fading and so many Phase Eaters in the Primal control decks where Gift is really good with Waystone and Island's Favor, making it much harder to land Gift, especially in this deck without Vara's Favor and only 2 Harbingers and the Stewards to break Phase Eaters. The deck is really not that good at pushing through all the Phase Eaters that is around, and there's less matchups where it's good. And also it was close between 2 and 3 Animist before anyway, and now with 4 Observer making the whole reanimation plan more reliable and consistent, having another Animist to make sure we reliably have a unit to get in the void with Observer or Sporefolk by the time we hit 5 for Grasping at Shadows. And Animist is also a great comeback card against more aggressive decks. Yeah, I think that's about all that changed. The rest just stayed the same. The power base just got adjusted a bit for the crests, really. There's a possibility that the mix of seeds and banners on the Feln duels is suboptimal and it should be more seeds, but I mean the deck has quite a lot of units too, so it is debatable. I think I'll at least go for this or something. But yeah, the banners seem pretty good still in this deck. The deck is very unit heavy, so the banners work out pretty well as ready power sources after like the first few turns. And if you have no power, a banner is a better top deck, because if you have a unit in play, it's still ready power, while a seed is always depleted power off the top if you need a power drop off the top, which is why I did the split the way I did. But yeah, I think this might be reasonable, having 4 seeds and 3 banners in the crests. Just have to be like, yeah, paying attention to when and how you sequence your crests, simply to not slow yourself down too much. Yeah, that's the new version. The deck looks really sweet and streamlined and consistent, and I really like the new additions to the deck. And now it's time to take it to battle as usual. So we'll hop into 6 games to show it in action and see how the new updated version does for us in the new meta game and the new format. And yeah, so stay tuned for the first game coming up in a moment.